devised this little 7-measure tune to help more clearly explain how chord melody format actually works. In looking at the 7 measures, you'll notice some rather exotic looking chord names above these chords. You see the diminished 7th, you see the 6th chord, and so forth. And those are jazz chords. And jazz chords have beautiful, lush sounds. They're just really cool sounds. And in devising this little arrangement, I made sure that the melody always stayed on the first string. Now that's not the case in all chord melody arrangements. In fact, it's not the case in most. In most, you will jump over to the 2nd string as a melody note, sometimes even to the 3rd string. But I've kept it on the 1st string just to make this a little more easily understood. The melody is, like I say, is on the 1st string, and that's the top line, the top horizontal line. And so if you were just to follow the melody only, you would notice it starts on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, then it goes up to the 5th fret, then it goes down to the 3rd, then up to the 7th, then down to the 5th, way up to the 10th, then 9, 7, 5, 7, then it goes 3, 5, 6, 9, and ends on 10. Okay, so that's the melody line. It just stays right on top of the 1st string. Now, as the melody goes up and down, and I wrote this so that it went up and down a lot. So it shows you how in chord melody format, a lot of times you're going to be going way up the fingerboard, sometimes you're going way down the fingerboard. But I'm following that melody with the notes underneath it, which are the harmony notes, the chord part of it. So, for example, the very first one is a G, then it goes way up here to an F diminished 7th. Look at that fingering. You got 5, 4, 5, 4. That's a movable chord, by the way. You can slide that up and down the fingerboard and you get all the diminished 7th chords that you want. Then it goes down to a D 7th chord. Now I'm playing the D 7th by barring the 2nd fret. That's why it says 2, 2, 2, and then underneath that I wrote bar 2nd fret. Then with the index finger. Then you put the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Once again, that 3rd fret, that's the melody note. Then it bounces back up again to the 7, 5, or rather 7, 6, 7, 6. And there's your G diminished 7th. Then it goes down to a kind of a strange kind of looking G chord. Now the way that I play this is I put the little pinky on the 1st string, 5th fret, that's the melody note, and then I actually bar the 2nd fret over just 3 strings with the index finger. Then I put the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and that's the G chord. Now normally you'd play the G this way, but I got to get that high note up on the 5th fret. So that's how I achieve that high note. Then it goes way up to the 10th fret with, once again, a diminished 7th chord, in this case a C sharp diminished 7th. Then it goes down to the 9th fret, and it's a barred chord, so we have with the 7th fret barred. Now it's just 7, 7, 7, 7, and that's the 6th chord. Now we bounce all the way down to the 5th fret with a F diminished 7th. Now here's just a single note. That's the 7th fret of the 1st string. And I wrote this arrangement to show you that at times you don't always play a chord. Sometimes you do play single notes. Usually there are passing tones between chord changes. Then you go down to the 3rd fret, bar all the way across. That's a D sharp 6. And then you keep that barred on the 3rd fret and put your ring finger up to the 5th fret of the 1st string. There's a beautiful C major 7th. Once again a jazz chord. Then we go up to the 6, 5, 5, 5. That's the D sharp diminished 7th. Now slide that up to the 9th fret. And we end on a G chord. And that's played by putting the little pinky on the 10th fret of the 1st string and barring the other 3 strings at the 7th fret. And there's your G chord. So in looking at this, a good way to approach this would be just learn it as a little tune. I call it Dreamtime, just for sake of any other title. Kind of has a dreamy kind of feel to it. Learn it by itself as just a little piece. You could also, if you wanted to, you could strum it. Like that. Make up your own strum. You can put a little bit of rhythm, just play around with it. But several things this is going to do. It's going to help us understand how chord melody format works. It's going to help us understand how to read tablature. And the other part of that too is you're going to get an added bonus of playing around with some beautiful jazz chord voicings, particularly those diminished sevenths. Get that fingering under your hands and just move it up and down the fingerboard. You can make up your own little dream times. Create your own little Dreamtime tunes. Trying to use it. You can mostly use diminished sevenths and play around with those, and it'll be a delightful piece. So there you have yet another tablature lesson, and as always, happy strumming. Hi, Ukulele Mike here. Over this past couple of years, I've released four collections in ebook form, PDF form, of chord melody arrangements. Now, I've discovered, and as thousands of others have discovered, that chord melody playing is by far the easiest way to get into solo performance ukulele playing. No finger picking is involved. You simply get the chord under the left hand that's notated by the tablature and strum with the thumb. That's what it's all about. Strum with the thumb. Now, the first collection that I released has got 52, massive, 52 songs in it. Really huge. And by the way, the first 3 of these collections in this past season, I've reduced to $20 each. So even though it says $29.95, it's been marked down to $20 each. The second one, which I released, has got 37 songs, still a large collection, $20. That's ebook 2. The third one, which has been marked down to $20 from $24.95, has, what is it? I think it's 40 songs in here. And then the most current one, which is ebook 4, and this is still priced at $25.95. And there are 40 songs in there. These are large collections. Now, these are not progressive, like the first book is easy and the fourth one is more difficult. There's a wide, diverse variety of both ease and style of songs in each and every one of them. So it doesn't matter which one you get. And you can go to my blog site, allthingsukulele.com, and on there you'll find plenty of postings that actually show the table of contents of all these books. And I've got lots of videos of performances and tutorials on pieces from all 4 of these books, and more are coming to YouTube land and Vimeo land. And so keep tuned to that. And also friend me on Facebook, Ukulele Mike Break Lynch, Ukulele Mike Break Lynch, and you will get postings and notices of all new videos and tutorials coming up. So those are the 4 current chord melody books. Now, the 5th book, which is not chord melody, is called Ukulele Solo Instrumentals Enhanced Edition 2013. And that one is actually finger picking. And that's also been reduced to $20. So good reductions in prices. Now, the other thing too is that you can purchase the first 3. I got them here? Yeah. The first 3 of these chord melody books for a trilogy price of $50. Or you can purchase all 4 of them for $70. That's 160 songs. And some people like to go that way. They just want to be immersed in solo performance playing. Now, how you do this is you go to my website, ukulelemikeLynch.com, click on the PayPal button, and enter the payment that you want to pay, and then a little option will come up and lets you put in more info, like, hi Mike, I would like to purchase all 4 of them, or I'd like to purchase number 1, or I'd like to purchase number 3. So that'll tell me what you want, okay? And then I will personally email the collection or collections to you within the day. It's as simple as that. So if you have any more questions at all about any of these resources or any ukulele questions, you can always email me. And the email address is the ukulele man, that's UKULELE, the ukulele man 2012 at hotmail.com. So there you have it, and as always, happy strumming.